Hello, my name is Jessica Crittendon. I teach 7th grade math at Louisa Middle School, and my project is called Breaking Barriers in Middle School Mathematics. And I teach 7th grade all day long. I don't know how many of you guys have ever met a 7th grader, but they can be pretty off topic, they can be off task, and the biggest problem that I identified in my classroom last year was they just don't turn in work. They lose work, they just don't do it. And they barely, D- is an okay grade, and they're okay with that, many of them. So I decided to try to deal with this problem. At the same time, I'd gone with some friends to an escape game. And I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to like a breakout game or an escape room. And I went to one of those, and it was super fun. And I thought, on the way home, I have an idea. I could do this in my classroom. So I thought I had come up with an original idea. Turns out, I didn't. The internet had come up with that idea. And so there's this website, it's called breakout.edu, and they sell these kits. They're about $100 or maybe a little more, I don't know exactly, but anyway. And you can buy these kits. They have locks and boxes and all that kind of stuff. Well, I didn't want to spend $150, but I could go to Dollar Tree. So I went there and I found these lockable toolboxes that are lockable, but not really. So anyway, I bought some really cheap locks and some really cheap stuff, and I did an escape game last year with my kids at Halloween time. I dressed up like the Grim Reaper, and we had pumpkins, and the kids had to find keys in pumpkins, and they had to solve all these math problems and puzzles, and my kids loved it. And the fun part about it was I got to see my kids take ownership of their learning. It was so fun to watch them. Kids that you would never expect to step up, the kid that sits in the corner and doesn't do anything, took over my classroom and became a leader in their group. And it was really fun to watch the different kids that stepped up. So I loved it. My kids begged for more. We did a Christmas themed one. At the end of the year, I dressed up as Cleopatra, and we did an Egyptian themed one. The kids love it, and the theming is fun. But I was doing this all out of my own pocket and on the Dollar Tree budget. I'd go to Dollar Tree, be like, okay, this could be Egyptian-ish, and go from there. So this year, when I saw this grant opportunity, I thought that would be great, but how can I connect that intentionally to my students' learning and progress? So I came up with the idea of trying to use the escape games as a reward for my students, and in order to participate in the escape games, they have to have no missing assignments in my classroom. So the first escape game everybody got to do, we did Jurassic Park. We did it about 2 weeks ago. I dressed up as a 7-foot inflatable T-Rex all day, 7 hours. 7-foot inflatable T-Rex, that's bad. But anyway, we had a great time. There were dinosaur eggs and all kinds of puzzles, all math content related. And my students loved it. They are so excited for our next one, which is going to be in about 2 weeks. But in order to participate in the next one, they have to have no missing assignments in my class. They don't have to have a specific grade. I don't care if they have a 0 on every learning check. Well, I do, but that's not the qualification. They have to do the work. And I've already noticed, we started our new 9 weeks about a week and a half ago, last Monday, and I've already noticed in 2 of my classes, my kids have turned in 100% of their work. That's never happened in my classroom before. I don't know if you guys are magic and can get your kids to turn in 100% of their work, but I'm really optimistic that being able to connect this problem of missing work and this as a reward, because it's super motivating for my kids. They love it, they want to do it, and it's been great. So that's what I'm trying to do with the grant. Half of the money is for the kits, which are the locks and the boxes and all that stuff. The other half, I'm getting some really fun theming items. We're doing a pirate theme, so I got a treasure chest and just things that'll make it more engaging and more authentic for the kids and less Dollar Tree-ish, so that they'll really get a chance to interact with some great stuff. So, any questions?